Hi friends, I hope you might have gone through the introduction part of foreign branches in the last class. Today I'm going to work out the problem number 1. Omega has a branch in Washington. Its trial balance as at 30th September 16 is as follows. Plant and machinery, furniture and fixtures, stock, purchases, sales, these all have been given in US dollars. That is foreign branch currency they are given that you have to convert into head office currency. Sales 4,16,000, goods from Omega, head office $80,000, wages 2,000, carriage inward, salaries, rent and rent rates and taxes, insurance, trade expenses, head office account. Because in the books of branch, head office account always shows credit balance, debtors, creditors, cash at bank and cash in hand. They all have been given in dollars. Okay, then next, the following for further information is given. Wages outstanding $1,000. Depreciate plant and machinery and furniture and fixtures at 10% per annum. The head office sent goods to branch for rupees 39,40,000. The head office shown an amount of 43 lakhs to due from branch. Stock on 30th September 2016, $52,000. There were no in-transit items either at the start or at the end of the year. On September 1st, 2014, when fixed assets were purchased, the rate of exchange was 49. This is what is called as actual exchange rate. Actual exchange rate. On 1st October 2015, the rate was 59 rupees. If you look at, I think they are following their close trial balance on 30th September 16 means they are closing their books on 30th September, because you know that trial balance will be given year ending, no, 30th September. Means 1st October 2015 is the opening balance. So opening date. So this is 1st October means it's a opening, that is a financial year beginning, accounting year beginning. So this can be taken as opening rate. The other day we have learned generally we will be having 4 information: opening rate, closing rate, actual exchange rate, average rate. And I think by this time you might have gone through that. If you practice, you'll be knowing it. And then this is opening rate. Okay. This is opening rate. And then okay, this is opening rate. And on 30th September 2016, this is year ending. This is closing rate. Closing rate is $1 is equal to 61 rupees. And here himself has given average during the rate during the year. 60 rupees to $1 is equal to 60 rupees. Trial balance incorporating, you are asked to prepare trial balance incorporating adjustments given 1 to 4. Converting dollars into rupees. First begin with third and fourth item. The head office sent to goods at branch. We had discussion in the last class that I hope you got that notes with you. Might have gone through the notes of this branch accounts, the foreign branches they are given in the last class. The head office send goods to branch. Whenever goods have been sent by head office, it should be taken at actual. I told you it should not be at what is that called as exchange rate. It is actual, because the data is with you, with whom? Head office. So here when head office send goods, this is the actual value. I think this will be replaced with the money, the amount that has been given. Last class I have given you, I have told you already. Goods received from head office or goods sent to head office, either it is integral foreign operation or non-integral foreign operation, we need to take actual exchange rate. that is sorry, the actually that to be taken at accounts recorded in head office books. Actual value recorded in books. What is actual value recorded in books? It is 39,40,000. Last class I have given you. You can see, if you want, you can check point number 7. This has been mentioned in point number 7. Goods from head office or goods to head office, actual value recorded head office books, that is 39,40,000. So this is not required. So that is what incorporation means. When you prepare converting the foreign currency into Indian currency, here in this problem, reporting enterprise is head office, you need to convert that into Indian currency. For doing that, you need not take this dollars into Indian currency, because since why you are converting into Indian currency, for all these transactions we don't have the data in the Indian currency. The goods purchased by foreign branch, we don't have data. Sales made by foreign branch, we don't have data. Means we can't say they will be getting in dollars, they will be buying the goods in dollars. The stock, unsold stock, is in dollars. But goods from Omega sent by see, that means the branch in this case is buying the goods, also getting the goods. Try to understand. The goods have been purchased by Washington branch, they are also getting some goods from head office. So for their own purchases, it is dollars. It will be given currency, their own currency. Wages paid, their own currency. Carriage inward, their own currency. Salaries, their own currency. Currency of USA. The branch is foreign branch is having in dollars. USA currency is in dollars. But this information, goods from Omega, means who has sent the goods? Head office. So because you are preparing the final accounts of branch in the books of head office, please try to understand. You are preparing, the trial balance has been provided by branch in foreign currency, that you are converting into reporting enterprise currency. So then I need the information of Indian currency, that is reporting enterprise here. Head office currency, simple. Head office currency is nothing but Indian currency. So that is why I have taken actual. Similarly, I told you one more. That is point number 8. If you look at the notes which I have given to you, balance in head office account in branch books. Balance in head office account in branch books. Balance in head office account in branch books. Also, I have told you, taken at amounts recorded in head office books. Taken at amount recorded in head office books means here the head office shown an amount of 43 lakhs due from bank. I told you in the book last previously, now I also just have told you, in the books of branch, head office account always shows credit balance. So you should not take 1,14,000. Instead of taking 1,14,000, you should be recording 43 lakhs. This is the meaning of incorporation. That means when you prepare trial balance, these values should be taken into consideration. So I have already adjusted this one and this one. The thing is wages outstanding. When wages outstanding is there, what is to be done, my dear friends? When a wages outstanding is there, actual wages is how much? $2,000, no? $2,000. To that $2,000, I need to add 1,000. That means wages 2,000 given already in trial balance is asking you have to incorporate outstanding wages also. So now total wages will become 3,000. That is what. That means normally when we do final accounts, we say outstanding wages are there. Actually, you can go for redrafting of trial balance. You haven't tried that. We haven't tried that. Am I right? If you don't want to show that adjustments, if you want to go for adjusting the omissions which are not there in the trial balance, if you recollect yourself, what do you mean by adjustments? Omission of a transaction under double entry system is an adjustment. That adjustment, when that has been provided, if that is to be adjusted into trial balance, that is to be taken into trial balance, excuse me, that is to be taken into trial balance, that is incorporation, means you need to take that into trial balance. When you want to take that into trial balance, by taking that into trial balance, you are redrafting the trial balance. You're redrafting the trial balance. When you are redrafting the trial balance, then what happens? The that is to be taken to adjustment itself. That is to be taken to trial balance itself. Then what happened? Wages 2000 plus 1000, 3000. Then when you are taking, we have discussed that omission of a transaction and double entry means you also need to have outstanding wages. Now this 1000 you added, no? Then it will become how much? 3000. It will become 3000. It will become 3000. And this will become 3000. 1000, because when debit is increasing, trial balance will not tally. So I need to even show up whatever you are adding outstanding wages, that will appear in the trial balance credit side. That is what the meaning of incorporation. You can see again that has been given. Incorporating adjustment given 1 to 4 above. Here incorporation means, here in this case, in the directive value has been given, that is to be taken into consideration. Then in this case, dollars you are increasing. $2000 has become $3000. So then what happens? Outstanding wages will appear on the credit side. You know the entry for outstanding wages. Wages account data to outstanding wages. So wages already showing 2000. I'm adding 1000 to wages, and outstanding wages will appear on the credit side. That means you are learning that the adjustments also can be redrafted into trial balance. Then you can go for final account. Then what happened? Final account directly you can take wages to trading account without adding anything. Outstanding wages will be directly taken to balance sheet liability. Okay, my dear friends. This is this also adjustment I've completed. Now the interesting point, depreciation. Depreciation on plant and machinery. I think this is your basic final accounts knowledge. Basic final account knowledge. Really, if you recollect yourself, I don't know whether you remember it or not. We had detailed discussion about adjustments, final accounts in CA Foundation. Most of you have learned CA, you have done CA Foundation in CHAMPS. So most of you are aware of my explanation for the trial balance. Plant and machinery, whenever is appearing here, is nothing but book value. Book value at the beginning, right? How you will be knowing, sir, book value at the beginning, sir? Because we don't have any depreciation here. Now he is saying the depreciation also is to be adjusted. Depreciation also to be adjusted means 1,20,000 is there, no? On 1,20,000 you should calculate depreciation at the rate of 10%. It means depreciation at the rate of 10% on 1,20,000. You calculate 12,000. This 12,000 is to be subtracted from 1,20,000. Then you will be getting, it's not credit side, my dear friends, just I am showing this. 1,20,000, or I'll do 1,20,000 will become now 1,08,000. That means depreciation after adjustment. After adjustment, depreciation. This is book value. This is closing book value. Now what happened? What happened when you are having closing book value? The depreciation also will be taken to trial balance. Then depreciation on plant and machinery will become, trial balance will be taking debit side as 12,000. Are you following? Depreciation will be taken in the trial balance as 12,000. Are you following, all of you? This is 1,20,000 is trial balance in foreign currency, no? 1,20,000, 10% we got 12,000. So depreciation will become, depreciation on plant and machinery will become 12,000. When 12,000 is there, the depreciation also will appear on the trial balance. That means you are splitting the plant and machinery in two parts. 1,08,000. Okay, 1,08,000 and 12,000. So simple words, because we need to calculate the depreciation and plant and machinery at actual exchange rate. This you have learned in the last class. Non-monetary items, fourth point. If you got the notes, you can cross check. Non-monetary items. Fifth point, depreciation. If they have carried at historical cost, actual exchange rate as on the date of purchase of asset, that has been provided to us. What is actual exchange rate here given? 49 rupees when they are purchased 1st September 14. Since we got the actual exchange rate, so depreciation is also to be calculated. Depreciation also to be calculated 49 rupees. Plant and machinery also to be calculated 49. Only what I am doing is, my dear friends, okay, sir, if incorporation of trial balance is not given, simple, $1,20,000 into 49 rupees you convert. That will become opening book value. On that you calculate 10% depreciation. That also you can do. But since he is insisting us to do that in the trial balance, I am doing it. If that particular term, please remember, if this is not given, which is not given, um, if this line is not given, incorporating adjustment is missing. If incorporation is missing, then what will be there? This is missing. Trial balance to be converted into dollars into rupees. Trial balance has to be converted dollars into rupees. Then what happens? Even then these two items will appear. Which one? One and this one actual. Whether you incorporate, you don't incorporate. This will be same. But in such case, outstanding wages we need not show here. And the plant and machinery, no need to calculate depreciation. Since as per instruction of the problem, I am going here. Same is the story of furniture and fixtures. Furniture and fixtures also, what is that is saying? 10%. 10% means again depreciation at the rate of 10% on 8,000 coming to how much? 800. This 800 you deduct, it will become 7,000. Depreciation on plant and machinery debit side. Depreciation on furniture also $800. Depreciation is said that actual exchange rate when fixed assets were purchased. Fixed assets means it's talking about plant and machinery and furniture. You should take 49. This is, we are assuming, when the problem is silent, we are assuming is integral foreign operation. Otherwise, if it is non-integral foreign operation, you can see the note that has been given to you the last class, fourth and fifth point. That is to be taken at closing rate. For non-integral foreign operation, what rate we shall take? Closing rate. It is being mentioned in AS4 11 also. Accounting standard 11. Clear to all of you? Accounting standard 11, we will be discussing on this detailed manner. The same points we'll be having. Right, coming back to this, my dear friend, this is completed. Now the first adjustment, second also has been completed. Now trial balance, you need to take taking all these values. Now coming back to the remaining things, I'll be asking you, you need to just think about it, and then we can proceed with the problem, right? So now these two, plant and machinery, I've already given. I think I'll take the red mark for you to identify. Now plant and machinery actual exchange rate is how much? 49 rupees. So 1,20,000 to 49, that we should take. Furniture and fixtures 49. Now 49 into 1,20,000 minus 12,000. On that you should multiply. 8,000 minus 800, 7,200 to 49. Brackets means subtract. Okay, this is what here I have written. Get all of you? 1,08,000 to 49. 7,200 into 49. Okay, now depreciation also I told you. Depreciation 12,000 is also 49. This is also at 49. You have learned in fourth and fifth point of your material. You keep, I told you to copy down. If you are not copied down for doing the problems, you take the chart, you have on a white paper, whatever I have given you in the last class, have with you. Because if you are not copied down, it will be difficult for you to go back and remember. When you are doing these problems, I told you, if you can remember, that's good. If you don't remember, at least now I've started, no? just put a pause and don't listen to the next class, the continuation of the class. You take a sheet, go back to your previous file, and previous file, the notes which I have given you, quickly you note down and then see that. I'm assuming we are following integral foreign operations and problem is silent. Suppose even if you do non-integral foreign operation, what will happen? I'll explain that later on, how we have to convert. First, for the time being, I'm explaining this is problem is about integral foreign operations I'm working out, right? Purchases. I've told you purchases comes under what categories? Other revenue items. I told you actual exchange rate. For purchase of goods, have you got actual exchange rate? Have you got any actual exchange rate for purchases? He said actual exchange rate has been given for fixed assets. Okay. So in the absence of actual exchange rate, use average rate. So we got actual exchange rate for purchase of asset, but we don't have actual exchange rate for purchase of goods. So therefore, purchase of goods average rate. What is average rate, sir? Here, average rate you can see how much has been given. 60 rupees per dollar. Is this clear? So here I am taking 60 rupees. So we got one more item. Sorry, opening stock. Opening stock, you know the opening rate. Opening stock also actual exchange rate for purchase of goods of last year will become opening stock. For that also we don't have. When you don't have, use opening rate. Use opening rate. What is opening rate? That has been given 59 rupees. No, we have seen that in the problem. Opening rate 59. So please remember, for opening stock purchases integral foreign operation, you should take actual exchange rate. If the same, I am trying to explain non-integral also here itself. If it is non-integral, sir, fixed asset, it is same. Fixed asset, fixed asset, fixed asset, not same. Fixed asset closing rate. Depreciation on fixed asset closing rate. That is for non-integral foreign operations. But we are working out the problem basing on integral foreign operation. Just I am trying to convey how the treatment is going to be if you assume it as a non-integral foreign operation. Unless otherwise mentioned, let us work out the problem on the basis of integral foreign operation. If it is integral foreign operation for fixed assets and depreciation, we need to take closing rate. Opening stock, we need to take opening rate. Purchases, we need to take their purchases, it is same both for integral, non-integral. It has to be actual exchange rate. But since it is not given in the problem, so we can take purchases, we can take average rate. Okay, so for the time being, I think this is the main point difference. Otherwise, remaining things are same. So now let my focus is on by going by which one? Integral foreign operations. Come on, once again, let me complete. Let me revise it. Let me repeat this. Oh, plant and machinery. Which rate, my dear friends? Actual exchange rate. Furniture, actual exchange rate. Depreciation, actual exchange rate. Stock, actually, I need to have actual exchange rate. Opening stock. Since actual exchange rate as on the date of purchase of stock is not given, I have taken opening rate. This is opening rate. You know that if you want, you can write opening rate. Opening rate is how much? 59. Opening rate 59. Then closing rate 61. Closing rate 61. Average rate 60. Actual exchange rate given here on fixed assets. Come on, tell me. 49 rupees to $1. This is for fixed assets. Create all of you. This is what you should do. Now, sales. You know that sales, purchases, sales. Actually, sales also you have to take actual exchange rate. Since it is the absence, we will be taking. Come on, tell me which rate. average rate. What is average rate here? 62. So for purchases, sales, interest expenses, in the absence of actual exchange rate, for integral foreign operation, it is actual exchange rate. In the absence of actual exchange rate, I am taking which rate? Average rate. Then for wages, I told you wages also we should take. I told you expenses, which rate? Average rate. But the important point is for outstanding expenses. We have seen in the beginning, first point, prepaid expenses, outstanding expenses, cash, debtors, creditors, etc. We should take closing rate. So for outstanding expenses, you should take closing rate. This is the funniest thing. This you should not confuse. See, for wages, including that outstanding wages, it has become $3,000. So $3,000, I am writing 60 rupees because wages paid and payable is total expenses incurred. Total expenses incurred, actual exchange rate for integral foreign operation. Since it is not given, we are taking average rate. When it comes to outstanding wages, means it is a pending closing balance year ending. All closing balance year ending for outstanding expenses, cash balance, debtors, creditors, they all are closing balances. No, for closing balances you should be taking which rate, my dear friends? Closing rate. Why? Because why should we take closing rate? This is year ending balances. Now carriage inward, actual exchange rate is not given. For expenses we are taking average rate. Then salaries also average rate. Rent and rates also average rate. Insurance also average rate. Trade expense also average rate. This I have told you actual. Trade debtors, I told you. Trade debtors means closing. Closing means 61. 61 I given here, no? What is closing rate? 61. I told you already. Debtors, creditors, cash at bank, cash in hand, and outstanding expenses, prepaid expense, they all comes under which rate? Closing rate. So cash at bank, closing rate. Cash in hand, closing rate. And even creditors also closing rate. Okay. Then definitely you'll be having the difference. The reason is that here, when you are preparing, maintaining ledger accounts and having according to your own currency, trial balance will tally. When you are converting the foreign currency into the reporting enterprise currency, that is in this case home head office currency, definitely will be having difference in exchange. That is what I was explaining in the last class. See, the people used to remember, like America cost of living is so high. We said, we talked about Karve Pak or whatever these very, when you buy in vegetables, sometimes they'll be giving it free of cost. Maybe 5 rupees or 10 rupees you'll be paying for getting it. I remember in my childhood days, I used to remember the conversation. In America, cost of living is too high. He has spent around 200 rupees for getting the Karve Pak. Are 200 rupees is what? He has converted, say during that maybe 50 rupees something like dollar. So $4 he has spent, means 4 rupees if you convert it into Indian currency. If you take like their currency. Am I right? See, laptop, say laptop is $800 for them. Whereas if you say laptop for $800, if you convert that into Indian currency, it is like as on today or whatever the rate is having, around 75 to 80,000. 80,000, 75,000 or 80,000 is too costly. America cost of living is so high. No, when I was having interaction, one of my friend is staying there. He was telling me it's a small thing for us. Small thing. A small thing means 800 is, it's like you pay 800 rupees. When we develop, when we prosper, when we develop, when our country we can be called as, we have been since my childhood days, I have been hearing India is called as a developing nation. How long will this continue? I don't know. We need to do very soon. We need to go to the developed country status. We need to go to developed country status. Okay. So, as I told you that when we will be called as a developing nation, when our one rupee is equal to $50, then we can say that people will rush to India. People will rush to India because that is what. Why we are going to abroad? Because we are getting you are getting the dollar is having more value than Indian currency, so that if you earn $1 there, you are getting around 70, 75, whatever it may be. It keeps on changing, whatever the rate which is there. So that is why people are going there, and you can save some money and you can send back to India. And most of the IT companies, I have told you the last class also, is getting more profit because of foreign currency fluctuations. Foreign currency fluctuations. If 1 rupee is equal to $50, then they come to India, they take the foreign dollars, they convert that into their own currency. This is what, just you need to have a clarity of thought why we will be getting some exchange difference. That exchange difference can be, sometimes can be gain, sometimes can be a loss, depending on the exchange rate. That we will be doing that. And once if that is being completed, I think trading P&L account, all the problems in this foreign branches is only preparing final account, trading P&L account, and if required balance sheet. That's it. Generally they will be asking you trading P&L account. In this problem they are asking balance sheet. Only one thing at the time, at leaving the class, last class, the conclusion of my class, I told you, for integral foreign operations, I have told you that for integral foreign operations, the exchange difference in exchange will be taken to profit and loss account. This we have learned in the last class, am I right? For treatment of exchange difference on arising on translation of financial statement, recognized as income or expense in the statement of P&L, that will be taken to P&L account. For non-integral foreign operation, it is being called as foreign currency translation reserve. That is the difference. Foreign currency translation reserve will be taken to balance sheet. That's it. Okay, it won't be taken to where? It won't be taken to statement of P&L account or profit and loss account, but it will be taken to where? Balance sheet directly. The difference in exchange, this point you should remember. The difference in exchange rate after preparing the trial balance definitely will be having the difference in exchange rate. The difference in exchange rate, if it is integral foreign operation, it will be taken to profit and loss account. Like we will be preparing P&L account is asking. And if it is non-integral foreign operation, the same thing. If it is gain, how will be knowing, sir, gain or loss? If credit side difference we are getting gain, my dear friends. If debit side difference we are getting is a loss. If difference is on the credit side, it is a gain. If the difference is on the debit side, it is a loss. Clear to all of you? So the gain or loss will be taken to profit and loss account in case of integral. In case of non-integral, it will be taken to balance sheet. Gain means there will be non-integral foreign operation. Balance sheet will be writing like I told you last class. What is that reserve? It is being called as, my dear friends, foreign currency translation reserve. Okay. But in case of integral, it is taken to profit and loss account after normally preparing trading account, P&L account. Then if it is a gain, you will be creating to P&L account. Okay, this is the one point you should remember. And also I told you, unless otherwise stated, it is reasonable to assume is branch as a integral foreign operations of the head office. So these two things, I think, got the clarity. We go for working out this problem. So let me start this. First, let me prepare trial balance. How to prepare trial balance? Trial balance in rupees. Trial balance in rupees of Washington, USA branch as on, the date has been given 30th September 2016. You can write like this, or we can write converted trial balance into Indian currency. Anyway, whatever the way you want, you can write converted trial balance into Indian currency. Of Washington branch. The date you can write. Okay, you either you can write this one, or I think preferably you follow this trial balance in rupees of Washington USA branch, in rupees of Washington branch USA as on 30th September 2016. So there are two ways of doing it. Maybe problem may be lengthy, but I think if you can have, this is depending upon the convenience, time management. Since it's a first problem for you to have easy calculation, first you can insert the trial balance which is given there as it is. Simply you need to copy down. How you will be doing it, sir? Particulars. I'm also writing debit US dollars trial balance that has been given. Credit US dollars. Then you write conversion rate then you can write debit credit in Indian currency. The first problem we are just going in a detailed manner, my dear friends. Then later on, actually these two columns also you can avoid. Which one? Currency column, and only if you want you can have actual exchange rate. That also you can later on you can avoid. Actually exchange rate you can write, the first two columns can be avoided. You can write conversion rate and directly you can write in Indian currency, because this has been given in the problem itself. Since he is asking about incorporation, I am going in a detailed manner. Otherwise we can avoid, because whatever I have written there on the screen on the top of the problem, the same thing I am writing, repeating here. So that is why sometimes it becomes lengthy. So let me start with first information. I told you plant and machinery. So I told you after depreciation. So plant and machinery, what I am writing here, it is coming to, I told you already, plant and machinery 1,08,000. Clear to all of you? Then here itself I am writing depreciation on plant and machinery. We have calculated, it has come to $12,000. Then furniture, it has been given as 8,000, but after depreciation 7,200. Depreciation on furniture has been given as 800. Depreciation on furniture 800. Then next one, stock 56,000 opening stock. Then next, purchases 2,40,000. Purchase 2,40,000. Sales 4,16,000. Sales 4,16,000. Then we got goods from Omega. Even though here I have written for converting Indian currency, but you should write, when you're writing the dollars, you should write dollars only. Goods from Omega, head office 80,000. Goods from Omega 80,000. Then we got wages. I told you to add that 1,000. Outstanding wages 1,000. Okay. Then carry inward 1,000. Salary 6,000. Salaries. Salary 6,000. Rent and rates 2,000. Insurance 1,000. Trade expenses 1,000. Then after trade expenses, head office, you write 1,14,000. Trade debtors 24,000. Trade creditors. Trade creditors 17,000. Okay. Then comes cash at bank 5,000. Cash in hand 1,000. Okay, so I think all the items have been completed. We have taken all the items. If there is any mistake, I think the trial balance, I mean, the answer we may not be able to get. Be careful, be watchful. I think we have taken all the items. You can also cross check. Now the question is that, my dear friends, the closing stock I have not taken. You can see normally stock on 30th September. You know that when opening stock is appearing in trial balance, closing stock will not appear. I've already told the reason for that. I've explained the concept of adjusted purchase in CA Foundation. Again, I don't want to waste your time about discussing this closing stock, even though you are converting into Indian currency, because the closing stock is unsold stock, from where you are getting closing stock from opening stock plus purchase minus sales only. So automatically the closing stock is reflected in trial balance indirectly. These things we have learned in foundation in detailed manner. I think you might have also copied down when final accounts notes when I was explaining. If you want, you can cross check. I think you might have need to copy down at the time of having discussion on final accounts. So opening stock purchase, when closing stock will appear in trial balance if adjusted purchase is given. If adjusted purchase given, then closing stock will appear in trial balance. Otherwise, closing stock will never appear in trial balance. So the closing stock, of course, is a closing rate. This we need to take closing stock, closing rate. What is closing rate, sir? 61, I think. This will be taken to trading account credit side and balance sheet asset side. Closing rate 61. Clear to all of you? Now the rates, I have to take the rates into consideration here. The rates, conversion rate factor. Let me use red color for you to quickly identify. I told you plant and machinery. Plant and machinery actual exchange rate 49, depreciation 49, furniture 49, depreciation on furniture 49. I've told you, already explained these things. Okay, so then opening stock, opening rate, I think I've told you. Here I written, no? Opening stock, the reason also I told you. Opening stock, opening rate. What is opening stock, opening rate? 59 rupees. I've given already. Opening stock 59. 59 opening stock. And for purchase, I told you average rate. Here I've written purchases up to where trade expenses all are 60. Hmm? Sales also 60. Goods from Omega, I told you actual. How much I should write? 39 lakh 40,000. Here I am writing actual amount. You're getting actual amount of, not here. 39 lakhs 40,000. Then wages. I told you wages average. What is average rate? 60 rupees. Outstanding wages, I told you closing rate 61. Carriage inward 60. Salary 60. Rent and rates 60. Insurance 60. Trade expenses 60. Head office, this has been given actual amount. What is 43 lakhs? Actual means not actual exchange rate. $43 lakhs. Then debtors closing rate 61. Creditors 61. Cash at bank 61. Cash in hand 61. Okay, now we have to go for multiplication of this. 1,08,000 into 49. It is coming to 52 lakhs 92,000. $52 lakhs 92,000. Next. 12,000 into 49. It is coming to 5,88,000. Then 7,200 into 49. 3,52,800. Then 800 into 49. It is coming to 39,200. Next 56,000 into 59. It is coming to 33,04,000. 33,04,000. Next 2,40,000 into 60. It is coming to 14,40,000. Okay. Next 4,16,000 into 60. It is coming to 24 lakhs 96,000. Then this I have told you already. Actual I have written. Wages 3,000 into 60. You are getting 1,80,000. Outstanding wages 1,000 into 61. 61,000. 60,000. Okay. 6,000. Sorry. Yeah, 6,000 into 60. It is coming to 3,60,000. Then 2,000 into 60. 1,20,000. 60,000. Trade expenses 60,000. Trade expenses 60,000. Debtors 24,000 into 61. 14 lakhs 64,000. Now this is 17,000 into 61. 10 lakhs. Trade creditors, is it 17,000? Yeah. Trade creditors 17,000 into, it is coming to 10 lakhs 37,000. 10 lakhs 37,000. Cash at bank 5,000 into 61. 3 lakhs 5,000. Cash in hand 61,000. Then you go for totaling and we'll be getting some difference in exchange. The difference in exchange then we can write as a difference in exchange. Then only adjustment which we should show is closing stock. Closing stock has been given as in dollars $52,000. Since we don't have the actual exchange rate, we are taking closing rate. Closing stock $52,000 into 61 is coming to 31,72,000. You know what is the treatment is to be done for this particular adjustment. Clear to all of you? So this is what is about your trial balance has been completed. Now you have to convert this into, you have already converted, we should go for writing the totals. Okay, let me take calculator. See the red mark I have not converted, just to indicate that I have written. Just for highlighting the points I have written, my dear friends. So let me start, since I'm having already this value here, closing stock. Okay, let me start from beginning only. So 52 lakhs 92,000 plus 5 lakhs 88,000 plus 3 lakhs 52,800 plus 39,200 plus 33 lakhs 4,000 plus 14 lakhs 40,000 plus 39 lakhs 40,000 plus 1 lakh 80,000 plus 60,000 plus 3 lakh 60,000 plus 1 lakh 20,000 plus 60,000 plus 60,000 plus 14 lakhs 64,000 3 lakh 5,000 plus 61,000. Is this clear to all of you? The total is coming to need to cross check where it went. 1 crore value. I think the totaling has to be done properly. Okay, let me cross check once again. I got something like everything went or something like 1 crore 76 17 1 crore 76 lakhs 26. Let me check from beginning. 52 lakhs 92,000 plus 5 lakhs 88,000 correct, plus 3 lakh 52,800 plus 39,200 plus 33 lakhs 4,000 plus 14 lakh 40,000 plus 39 lakh 40,000 plus 1 lakh 80,000 plus 60,000 plus 3 lakh 60,000 plus 1 lakh 20,000 plus 60,000 plus 60,000 plus trade data is 24,000. Okay, so now 14 lakh 64,000 plus 3 lakhs 5,000 plus 61,000. Now the total is 6 triple 0. 1 crore 76 lakhs 26,000 something we are getting. Let us see whether it is equivalent to credit side or not. Minus 24 lakhs 96,000 minus 61,000 minus 43 lakhs minus 10 lakh 37 Just a hold on. Let me some huge value I'm getting. Any calculation mistake, etc. Let me cross check. Then I'll come back to just. Yeah, I have done the calculation part here. I think there's some calculation mistake we have done here. Instead of writing something like 1 crore 44 lakhs, I think I've written 14 lakh 40,000. Here also same thing. I cross check, I verified. Now you can see this because you got the totals with you. You are getting 3 crores 5 lakhs 86,000, and the difference you are getting is 2 lakhs 28,000. When difference you are getting on the credit side, it is a gain. It should be credited to P&L account. Otherwise, if it is a non-integral foreign operation, same thing will be taken as a translation reserve. Is this clear? Foreign currency translation reserve, that will be writing that if it is non-integral foreign operation. So here difference in exchange will be taken to there we have mentioned statement of P&L account is nothing but we are preparing, is asking us to prepare trading comma P&L account. The same thing we are following. So this difference in exchange will be taken to P&L account. Now as usual you have to prepare trading, and this is your cakewalk. It's very simple. You need not worry about it. So trading comma is asking your required first part is completed in the books of appear in India, that is in the books of head office. Omega has a branch at Washington. So what I am writing here? In the books of Omega India, I am writing branch. Washington branch Indian currency. We say INR. Trading comma P&L account for the year ended 30th September 16. 30th September 16. Okay. Let me start with opening stock. You know the format. I'm not writing only rupees. No? Opening stock. What is opening stock you are having here? 33 lakh 4,000. We have already added outstanding wages there, so no need to again add. Otherwise, if you don't show that in the trial balance, you have to add to wages. These are the items which we have seen will go to trading account debit side. Let me go one by one. Purchases 1 crore 44 lakhs. One crore 44 lakhs. Goods from head office we have seen already 39 lakh 40,000 has been given. Wages we have already seen 3,000 something, 2,000 plus 1,000 plus 60 into 60. We got something like 1,80,000. Carriage inwards $1,000, 60,000. You can see that we have written all those things. Wages 1,80,000, carriage inward 60, salaries, rent, insurance, trade expenses, they all will go to profit and loss account. Now buy, sales, closing stock also we have calculated. Sales we have written here 2 crores 49 lakh 60,000. Then closing stock also I have given here 31 lakh 72,000. 31 lakh 72,000. Is this clear? Once if you convert trading and P&L account, you all can do. So 2 crores 49 lakhs 60,000 plus 31 lakh 72,000. You add, you are getting 2 crores 81 lakhs 32,000. Why you are getting exchange gain and exchange loss due to fluctuations in foreign exchange rate? When head office will get profit when rupee devalues and foreign currency dollar increases, Indian head office, reporting enterprise head office will get generally they get a profit, exchange profit. Now from this you have to deduct these items, minus 33 lakhs 4,000 minus 1 crore 44 lakhs minus 39 lakhs 40,000. If it is in the classroom, you will be doing the calculation. Now here I am forced to do the calculation. Am I right? Minus 60,000. You'll be getting 6 crores 24 lakhs, sorry, 62 lakh 48,000. Now this will be taken to where? P&L account. Buy gross profit brought down. And you also got some exchange gain, no? By difference in exchange, you got 2 lakhs 28,000, no? You got 2 lakhs 28,000 difference in exchange gain. Then we need to show the expenses. We got salaries, rent and rates. You know that when depreciation is appearing in trial balance, depreciation will be taken to P&L account, to insurance, to trade expenses, to depreciation. Come on, you need to go for the values here. Salaries 3 lakh 60, rent and rates 1 lakh 20, insurance 60,000, trade expenses 60,000. These values I can take here directly. Salaries 3 lakh 60,000, 1 lakh 20,000, insurance 60,000, trade expenses 60,000, depreciation on plant and machinery, I think it is 58,000 something we got, 5 lakhs 88,000 and 39,200. 5,88,000, 39,200. So 62 lakh 48,000 plus 2 lakhs 28,000. 64 lakh 76,000. $64 lakh 76,000 minus 3 lakh 60,000 minus 1 lakh 20,000 minus 60,000 minus 60,000 minus 5 lakhs 88,000 minus 39,200. You are getting 52 lakhs 48,800. This is net profit carry down. Now you need to go for balance sheet. Now you are preparing balance sheet of whom? Branch. Balance sheet of Washington branch. As at 30th September 2016. Sir, what is capital, sir? See, I've told we had discussion in independent branches. I have told you that amount due to head office is like a capital for branch. Okay, so here I'm writing, I think you know the heading liabilities, etc. I'm not writing. Head office account. We got the balance of head office account, no? It has been mentioned here. 43 lakhs. P&L account. Trade balance, that is profit. Stuff not adding, just I'm showing separately. You can also add. What is the profit you got? 52 lakhs 48,800. That means if you add it, is coming to is coming to 95 lakhs 48,800. Then we are having only two items, creditors and outstanding wages. Already we got that in the trial balance here. Creditors 10 lakhs 37,000, outstanding wages 61,000. 10 lakh 37,000, 61,000 outstanding wages. Okay, come back to asset side. Since depreciation has already been calculated, plant and machinery and furniture, directly I can write closing book value. If depreciation are not taken, then we shall deduct. Because depreciation has been taken in trial balance, depreciation will go to P&L account. But I have already explained you, directly you can take these values. Now plant and machinery 52 lakh 92,000 you should take, and furniture 3 lakh 52,800. So 52 lakhs 92,000 and furniture 3 lakhs 52,800. Then the items which we are having remaining things, debtors, closing stock, cash at bank, and cash in hand. These values we are having here. Debtors 14,64,000, cash at bank 3,05,000. Stock is also there, no? Stock 31,72,000. So let me write first debtors 14,64,000. Closing stock, here also you were taken, no? Closing stock 31,72,000. Then cash at bank, we got the value here 3,05,000, 30 lakhs, 3,05,000 cash at bank, and 61,000 cash in hand. So let me take this 52 lakhs, 3,90,000 plus 3,52,800 plus 14,64,000 plus 31,72,000 plus 3,05,000 plus 61,000. You are getting 1 crore 6 lakhs 46,800. Can do minus 61,000 minus 10 lakhs 37,000 minus 95 lakh 48 is tallied. Even for doing this problem, I told you, you also can go for the same problem, non-integral foreign operation. What is the difference you should do? Only the fixed assets you should take, what are the problems so far we have seen, closing rate, and you can work out. If you are interested, you can do, but here unless otherwise mentioned, we have assumed working out problem. We assume it is integral foreign operation. Unless otherwise mentioned, we are assuming that it is integral foreign operation. This I have told you already, we have worked out also. Unless otherwise given, we are assuming it as integral foreign operation. Okay. You have to assume means that is branch is an integral foreign operation of head office. We discussed in the last class. Unless otherwise given, we shall assume branch as a integral foreign operation of a branch. Okay, so I hope you got the clarity. It's a lengthy one, but I think you need to work out. So today what I am just planning is that I want to give you one problem as a homework to you. Yeah, this one you can do, I think. On 31st, this I want to give as a homework to you. On 31st March 2000, the following ledger balance have been extracted from the books of Washington branch office. You are required to convert the above ledger balances to Indian rupees using the following rates. Okay, and we assume that if nothing is mentioned, is a integral foreign operation. You work out this problem on the basis of integral foreign operation. Since the number is not there, I am writing as a fifth one. So total I told you there are 6 problems. So on this I am giving as homework, you can work out. Okay, this I need not tell you, you just go through it, and this is homework. Then we are left out with 4 problems, right, that we take up in the coming classes, right? We'll meet in the next class. Till then, goodbye, thank you, God bless you all.